Alright, moving on. We have part 2 of our YA Contempt / YA Other Fiction. We have If He Had Been With Me, and that is by Laura Nowlin. I haven't read it because I just recently got it, so it looks like it could be really good. Before I Fall is by Lauren Oliver, and this is the first book I read of hers before I read the Delirium series, and honestly, I'm going to be completely and utterly honest. It was kind of a chore to finish. I mean, with the whole Groundhog's Day concept, it kind of dragged, and I had to really fight to pull myself through it. Like slogging, I'm going to use this term, slogging through mud. It was really hard. But, I mean, I'm keeping it anyway, because maybe one day I'll look at it differently when I reread it. The Mist on the Bronte Moor by Aviva Orr. Now, I haven't finished this book. I'm like halfway through, and I know what you're saying. It's not a very big book. I mean, it's good. I'm going to tell you a little story about this. I almost quit. But what I did, and I've never done this with a book before, I jumped all the way to the end, because I'm like, I want to see what happens in the end. So I read the last chapter. Like, you know what? This is interesting. So I went back and picked up where I left off. And as you can see, I'm like halfway through, so I guess that was a failed attempt on my part. I apologize. But it's interesting. I liked it. It's just I got pulled into other books. Books will do that. You'll be into one thing 1 minute, and then something else will come out that'll catch your attention, and that's how things happen. So, we have For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Petterfround. I'm sorry. Like I said, if I'm butchering the names, I can't help it. So, I haven't read this book. It looks like a Jane Eyre version retelling of Persuasion, which I've never read any Jane Eyre books. I'm sorry. I feel terrible. Oops. I don't like that sound. Alright, Life as We Knew It by Susan Beth Pfeiffer. Any relation to Paul Pfeiffer, aka Wonder Years? Probably not. Okay, haven't read that one either. The God Box, another gay youth novel by Alex Sanchez. And I have to say, I love the Rainbow Boys series. I wish that he would do a 4th book. I really want to find out what happens to Jason, Kyle, and Nelson after college. Or even what happened during college. I really hope that Jason and Kyle end up together and maybe get married. That would be so cool. But anyway, enough about the Rainbow Boys. The God Box is with religiousness and the whole homosexuality and everything, it's an interesting take on it. I really don't think that there's enough discussion on that, because I'm definitely for that. So, moving on to Between Shades of Grey. I read this last November while I was taking a couple classes in college for the first time. This is by Ruta Sepetys, and I should be able to pronounce that a little better because I did watch a video of hers on YouTube and she said her name clearly enough. So, good book. Good book. Set with Lithuania and told from a 15-year-old girl's point of view when she and her mother and brother and father are captured and taken to the Arctic. Out of the Easy. Now, I just would have read this probably less than a month ago. And I really liked this book, set right on the cusp of 49, entering into a new decade of the 50s. And Josie is a girl who lives in the French Quarter, and her mom's a prostitute. She's one of those women that works in one of those brothel houses, so it looks like Josie's got her work cut out for her, but she wants to be better than that. She wants a life outside of the Quarter, and I honestly think she does a good job of getting what she wants in the end. Really liked it. Oh, you want to know something funny? What do you think of when you hear the name Josie? Josie Grossie from Never Been Kissed. All the time, whenever I hear the name Josie. That's funny. Just like Julia Gulia from The Wedding Singer, right? Alright, we have The Death and Life of Charlie St. Cloud by Ben Sherman. Loved the book. The movie was meh, it was okay. I mean, it's got Zac Efron in it, and, you know, he's kind of hot. He's hot. Alright. We have The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith, a nice small read, set during 24 hours, where the main character has to go to her father's wedding in London. He's getting remarried to some girl. She's never met this woman before, and she ends up meeting a guy while waiting for her to board her plane, and it's kind of funny that how things work out, and it's just basically about fate. It's about fate. And again, London, right? Yes. Alright. This is What Happy Looks Like, also by Jennifer E. Smith. This came out, I thought it came out back in I thought it was April. I think it was April. I like this book. And this is also one of those funny type of things about fate. So, very good book. Now, inside out, inside out, outside in. This is both of those books combined into one. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to get to it one day. One day. Alright, we have My Life After Now by Jessica Verdi. I haven't read that, but I bought it recently, just like I bought If He Had Been With Me. I think I bought them together. Alright. It's kind of a funny story. Now, I haven't read this book, haven't seen the movie, I've heard of it. Deals with mental illness. Hey, kind of like Girl Interrupted also deals with mental illness. And some of those other movies out there. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh my gosh. One day I'll have to tell you a funny story how I got that mixed up with that book, Clockwork Orange. Oh, actually it was the movie. Oh, really funny story. Anyway, we have Between by Jessica Warman. And oh, I loved this book. If I had to choose between this book and Before I Fall and the Afterlife type books, this would take the cake. No question, hands down. Okay, we have In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. Alright, now this one, I'm going to say this. How many times have I seen this on people's bookshelves? Like 100 million. Oh my gosh, everybody I see on YouTube has this book. Say it's beautifully, wonderfully, great book written. I'm going to get to it. This is another one of this is going to be a summer read. It's going to be a summer read. I got to get to it. I hear there's a movie coming out, and I have to get to this wonderful book. Alright, so this is going to be it for that. And I will be seeing you in another bookshelf tour. We'll be dealing with animal memoirs, and animal fiction. So I hope you stay tuned, because it's going to be fun. Alright, you have a wonderful, beautiful day. It's so beautiful out. I'm going to show you a picture. This, in our backyard, it's a lilac bush. It's full in bloom. Look at those. You can see out there. Look at the flowers. We didn't plant those. But they come back every year. Alright, I'm done. You all have a good day.